Right, bro. So last week, I competed in a taekwondo competition, and I won. This was last Saturday, so 5 days ago. And I'm gonna give you this little story. I wish I had a video of this fight, but I'm just gonna describe it as best as I can. So you do 2 rounds, 2 minutes each, because it's like a tournament base. They want it to be quite quick fire. And there's this one, my first fight against this one guy. I had never fought him before, but he's like very similar height to me, similar mass, and similar muscle mass, and he looked good. You know when you look at someone, you're like, shit, this ain't gonna be easy. You just know, right? So we start. I was like, usually you're always nervous before, no matter how many times you've competed. You're always a bit nervous before, and I felt it. So we start, and it's trading. Like, I hit a kick, he hits a kick, I hit a punch, he hits a punch. And then I start to notice that towards the end of the first round, I was starting to get a bit tired. And I started to be a bit more lazy, and I took more hits than I could land on him. So I felt that I was losing by the end of the first round. And I kind of felt bummed about it. And the thing is, you have a position of power in a losing position, because you realize that you have no option of playing it safe. So your only option is to go for more points and be more aggressive. So instead of like someone that's winning, they're thinking, do I increase my lead or do I just hold on to where I am right now? When you're losing, you don't have that option. You have to be more aggressive. So I'm in that situation when you have I had the 30-second break, which is fucking criminal. Like, you can barely catch your breath in that time. And you go back out there again. You don't have time to actually discuss it with your coach and just say this is going to be so much more effective, and debate what's gonna win you the fight. You don't have time for that, man. You just got to switch on, and you just got to use your instinct. And going into the second round, it was quite similar for the first minute or so 2-minute rounds. It was quite similar kind of thing for a minute. So it was like trading and stuff, and I didn't really feel like I was getting anywhere. But I had this moment, and it was like, fuck this. Like, in my head I was saying, fuck this, I want to win this shit. And it was just that pure drive to compete and pure drive to win, to be successful, to make myself proud. I can't remember exactly how it went because of the amount of adrenaline in the moment. But I must have landed a couple punches, and he started backing away. And he started getting it. This is in the last 30 seconds. And he starts backing away. And I just hit this crazy combination because I noticed that he was feeling nervous. He knew he was only just holding on to the win at this point. And I could see it. I had fear in my eyes coming at him. And I was just like, punch, punch, kick around the side, land on that foot, kick around the side again, punch, punch. So I was just completely changing everywhere I was hitting so he couldn't block it. And I just won. Now, I didn't just win by a bit. I won by the judges scored me 3-1 win. And at that moment at the end of the fight, I knew I had won. Just pure fucking, even during the combination, it's pure fucking dopamine in my brain. And when the ref lifts up your hand to win, it's pure testosterone surging from your balls around your whole body. This is the important as a man to compete. I don't care what it's in. I don't care if it's in this or sparring or martial arts. I don't care if it's in chess. I don't care if it's in spelling bees, right? You need to compete, and you need to train vigorously to compete, because the thing is, if you lose, I was talking about this with my mate the other day, if you lose, you get this incredible motivation afterwards. It's a win-win, right? If you lose, you get that incredible motivation to improve, and if you win, you get such a boosted feeling of self-esteem and self-confidence. So what the aim of this video is to convince you need to find something to be competitive in. And if you don't, especially when you're around my age, I think when you're between the ages of 16 and 25 and you're figuring stuff out, you're trying to build up your confidence as a person, as a man, and you don't have this sort of competition and this thing you are always dialed in and motivated to do. And the thing is, if you compete in this thing as well, you're 100 times more likely to be consistent with training. 100%. You're always going to be more consistent with training because it's running through your head of, okay, so if I don't do this training session, I'm at a disadvantage to the person that does do the training session. So it's like external accountability. And if I want to do go to training sessions, I'm always willing to start some sparring. I'm always willing to do that kind of thing, and always wanting to improve, because I have this such aligned feeling of esteem with the feeling of winning, and that's an absolutely positive thing. If you're not competing, it's easy to stagnate in all areas of life, not just in one. It's very easy to not feel the point in it, you know? I mean, it could even be comparing your grades to your friends' grades and actually having a bit of competition there and a bit of nitpicking, and it's like, oh, you only got 60%? You're like, I got 76%. Like, that kind of thing, you know, it motivates you to do better. And I had a friend during my A-levels, which is like, when you're 17 or 18, you're finishing like college, school, whatever you want to call it. And I had a friend who was extremely good at physics. Extremely good. I'm talking about like, he's doing it now. He's doing like nanoscience right now at one of the best unis in my country for like physics. And he was in my A-levels class, and he's the only reason I got the second best grade. Like, he's the only reason I did as well, because he motivated me to stay on his level, because I had this feeling of inadequacy if I didn't do as well as him. So, I mean, that sums up the video. I can't believe I just talked for 7 minutes. It felt like about 30 seconds. All right, boys. Love you, boys. Good night.